Yes, hello everybody, it's Ray from Ray's United and I'm back. It's been a while. How many days? Probably 18 days or whatever since my last live show. That's a long time ago. So we're here. And what are you guys saying? We're waiting, we're waiting. I'm here. Do this. Um, yes, I need to mute this video so nobody can hear what I'm saying because I'm getting some feedback. All right. So listen, smash the like button where you're at. Smash the subscriber button. Of course, become a member. Let's watch this channel grow. Let's get to 100K in no time. And that will be thanks to you. And I know some of you subscribe to the channel because of Pi Network. Listen, I know, I know. Pi Network is the biggest mobile mining crypto ever. I know. I know that you lot are expecting so much from the Pi Core team. I know. And I know that you're expecting great news all the time. I know. But the reality is, great news is not what you get all the time. Otherwise, that will not be realistic, right? So let's just be back down to earth and let's understand the fact that we will get good news here and there. We will get some cool news here and there, but most of the times the news ain't great in reality. Do you get what I'm saying? But I try to make videos that would bring up your hopes, that would level up the playing field, that will make you understand that, you know, there is realism and there is fantasy and there is delusion. You know what I mean? So let's make sure we're not in the delusional state when it comes to cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is something you can't predict. And the fact that you can't predict means that uh, it's quite important that you stay level headed. You understand? And if you stay level headed, things are quite easy when dealing with these things. I can tell you, up until today, I'd never looked at the Pi price for the past 3, 4 weeks. I've never looked at it because um, I don't think I don't think Pi should be looked at based on price. Do you know what I mean? Let me see. Wait, I need to set some things straight. I haven't set some things, so somebody's spamming, and you know me, I don't like people spamming. Give me a minute. Let me just check something. Um, give me a minute. I don't like spams at all. So I'm gonna set something very quickly. Give me 1 minute. All right. I don't like it when people spam. Okay. Live. Take off the glasses. Of course, I can't see with the glasses. Okay. Let's do this. Right. So you can only communicate every 30 seconds. So you don't spam it. And not just anyone can communicate apart from subscribers. All right. So that's great. Yeah, now it's set. It's set. And there is a poll in the chats, people. There is a poll in the chats. J-Dog, nice to see you. Yeah, let the super chats flow today. You know, it's been a while that you guys have contributed to the channel. So let the super chats flow. It will be cool when those ones flow as well. So the motivation will be there. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see. All right. So, all right. So let's check. Let's check. Oh, what's going on? Can you guys see the can you see the poll? Because I can't see the poll. Let me see. I can't see the poll. Anyway, let's continue. I can't see the poll. So no, that's a shame. All right. Anyway, let's continue. So smash the like button where you're at. Smash the subscriber button. Of course, become a member. Let's watch this channel grow. Let's get to 100K no time because that's what we want to get to. But the main thing here is this is a broad review of Pi Network in 2025. That is what this show is about. It's a broad review. So it's going to be, the review starts today, and anytime I'm free, I'll be doing these review shows so that we'll remember where we've come from this year, of course, since January till now. So I know this year has been an information filled sort of breakthrough year for Pi Network, albeit in most cases, some people have been quite expectant, highly expectant of the Pi Core team, and may seem somewhat disappointed in that their expectations were too high. So we're going to go back, just go back into seeing what had been happening with Pi Network and the announcements they made. And if you've got any questions, please put in the comment section, and let's do this. All right. So I'm going to share my screen just to show you something. All right. So if you look on your screen, you can see this one is the back end of last year. So December 2020. Oh, go back. December 2020. December 2024. December 27th, 2024. So obviously the exciting expansion of Pi ecosystem and so on, that was announced. And of course, you go back, nothing was announced until the 30th of January 2025, because again, there was no proper announcement by the Pi Core team. Any significant news was sort of disclosed. There was no significant news disclosed in and around the latter part of 2024. But January went by, and on the 30th of January, we had the grace period deadline extended to February 28th. Now, this was interesting because as that happened, as it were, KYC name mismatch and small typo phone number change, that was able to be done. And then the huge one occurred, which was they announced on February 11th, or I think February 10th, that Pi's open network is set to launch on February 20th, 2025. Now, this was huge. I remember I did a video in the morning and we launched it, and Pi launched at a certain price, if you quite remember, on the 20th of February 2025. Now, that was a hugely significant day. Most of us were sort of highly expectant. Some of us curbed our expectations, and we were very realistic. Some were unrealistically expecting certain high prices at the time. But we all know that there was no way in hell that was going to happen. So this announcement obviously was made, and a lot of people were happy. If you quite remember, these were the numbers that we had. We reached 10 million, around 10.14 million mainnet migrations, and that was back in February 2025. So we obviously exceeding the 10 set, and the KYC, of course, was also exceeded. So it was exciting times at the time, and we were told what to expect from the open network at launch. So obviously, they said the launch of the open network brings an important new change, external connectivity to the layer 1 Pi blockchain, creating an environment where Pi can connect securely with external systems, expanding opportunities for pioneers and businesses. Now, the main line here is where Pi can connect, or Pi can connect securely with external systems. You see, this securely with external systems, expanding opportunities for pioneers and businesses. So that was the main take from there. Obviously, connecting with the outside world, even though it's still limited because it's open network, but you can't just penetrate the ecosystem without having to follow certain terms and conditions, because there are some legalities abound. So that's just what it is. And upon open network launch with firewall removed, anyone can technically add nodes to the mainnet blockchain in terms of running the protocol and connecting with the network. The Pi core team will gradually invite pioneers to transition their nodes from testnet to mainnet via the desktop node UI, prioritizing those with strong historical contributions and reliability scores. So node rank data will be made public as soon as possible, which was made public recently. Business compliance requirements for network participation. Remember the KYBs and stuff, which has sort of created a melee between Pi Network and some major exchanges because of the fact that some of them don't agree with the KYB verification, because they're thinking if the firewall is open, they should be able to list Pi unequivocally. Unfortunately, they can't. So that is, most of them can't, and the ones that have. So this is where we're at. Do you understand? This is where we're at. KYCs definitely aren't occurring as much as the migrations, and even the migrations have slowed down a little bit. So there were so many conditions that we were supposed to meet. Condition 1 was met, condition 2 was met, and of course we had condition 3, which was also, which seems to be seems to have been met, but there's a bit of an ambiguity with regards to condition number 3, which is why certain things have delayed a little bit. So obviously here we're saying they said there will be no further delays to the open network launch due to external factors or an unfavorable environment. Yeah, so that I would say it's quite ambiguous with that one. Yeah. Okay, so those are interesting stuff. So that was the launch of the open network, and of course the conditions and so on and so forth. And then open network was launched, right? Open network was launched, and the announcement was made. I'm going to show you that. Yeah, so open network was launched back in obviously February, past the middle part of February 2025. Open network was launched. To be specific, it was February 20th. That's when it was launched. So yeah, once that was launched, a new dynamic was created. So you click here, it also says that pioneers open network has launched. This means that external connectivity of Pi network is now available for the Pi community around the world. Open network has unlocked Pi's thriving ecosystem, innovative applications, and an extensive peer-to-peer network for integration with the broader blockchain world. Open network was key to Pi's mission to create an inclusive, utility-driven, and widely adopted cryptocurrency that is accessible to anyone. Now, my question here is, do you think externally, now internally, we all know Pi is owned by some of us, or most of us. Externally, do you think Pi has been adopted enough? Externally, put yes or no. Externally, do you think Pi has been adopted enough? So obviously, yeah. I don't know. Is the poll still running? You already have an active poll. Where is it? I just can't see it. Let me refresh this. Let me refresh this page. I can't see. Yep, there it is. All right, so not many votes at the moment, just 29. So that's not a huge sample size. But if you guys can go to the poll and vote, I want to see something, so I will be able to have a conversation with you guys. The question here in the poll is, do you think there will be a huge announcement from the Pi Core team by the end of this month? Yes, I absolutely believe so. Nah, no chance. And then the other one is they might, but I'm not expectant. So let's see what you guys say in that one. I'm giving you maybe 5 minutes, and then after that, we'll go into the next one, which I just asked. The next one is, do you think many people externally, now this is where I want you guys to understand, externally, not internally, externally, do you think many people have adopted or acquired Pi, as it were, externally? Yeah. So let me know externally. Yeah. Yes or no? Put it in there. Right. So obviously this happened, open network. Yeah, so this is a review show. Just remember that. So we are reviewing Pi Network in 2025. We're reviewing it. So let's see what this is all about. Yes. And of course, I haven't asked you. Let me know where you're watching from, of course, so I can give you a shout out. It's very important as well. Giving you a shout out is important. So let me know where you're watching from. All right. Yeah, so I remember this video. I remember. I'm gonna play it just a little bit so that you guys will see. Remember this video? Do you remember?
Hi, pioneers. Today is the open network launch of Pi.
Change out.
First, I'd like to congratulate the over 16 million pioneers around the world for transitioning to the open network.
Yeah, remember
this
that?
This is the result of our collective efforts for the last
Absolutely. I remember that. And the demeanor of Chenja was quite
years.
planned.
We should celebrate this historic moment of our network.
You know, over the moon.
Now,
excitement.
Reviewing Pi's journey.
Hey, maybe that's
it has always been a unique project. Some would find it different.
You guys remember?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Pi is a non-conform.
I remember that. I remember that vividly. I remember that vividly, and it was a funny one. You know, we all said obviously we believe Pi is non-conformist. You know, we believe that. Yeah, but let's continue to watch it because of copyright and stuff. I'll keep speaking on top over it.
Many innovations came from non-conformists.
Yeah,
who challenged the norms, the conventions, and the established practices. As for Pi, in early days of crypto, where many projects fundraise through ICO, Pi never did ICO, never sold Pi. And the Pi is made sure to be accessible and for free for everyone. 80% of the Pi tokens belong to the people and the community. When a crypto project can go live with just a white paper, a smart contract, and these days even a meme, Pi community spent 6 years building its infrastructure, its ecosystem, and make sure that its utility is ready for use before opening up. Also, for most blockchains, most of the addresses are unverified. Pi chose to conduct identity verification through KYC and KYB for millions of its users to make sure individuals and businesses on the mainnet are verified. Because Pi believes true decentralization does not contradict authenticity and the legitimacy. Some crypto critics raised.
All right, so that happened, and obviously we looked at on-ramps and CXs and so on, business compliance requirements, the KYBs, you know, everything was announced, node releases, and yeah, it was happy days. We were all really, really happy, and it felt great, if you remember. And of course, the announcements kept coming. We had the final deadline for the grace period. Remember grace period? That was extended as well. Grace period was extended. Yep. I remember that. That was extended to March 14th, which was Pi Day, and that was definitely happening. And Pi Fest was back, celebrating Pi commerce on the open network era. So those of you that say there is no open network, just remember open network is here. It's just kind of partial in a way. Do you know what I mean? And then, of course, there were other announcements that were made within that same period, obviously. We could see announcement of Pi Day, Open Networks Pi Fest. That was also announced. And then Pi Day, the 6th anniversary, expanding the ecosystem with utilities on all levels with Open Network, including .pi domains. What's happened with the .pi domains, to be honest? I had my domain, raisunited.pi, but I don't know what's happened with it. And then, of course, two-factor authentication for Pi migration wallets. Wallet helps ensure Pioneer account safety. So that was also done. And then, of course, .pi domain reservation for compliant Pi community apps that completed PiNet migration, of course. And then the .pi domains auctions, the stats, the details, FAQs, they were all there. And then, of course, update on mainnet migrations and verification. So this is one of the announcements that were made. And, you can go through it because some of you may not have visited it backward. But, let's just read it. So update on mainnet migration and account verification was made on, let me see the exact date, on the 28th of March, 2025. Now, historically, Pi accounts relied on phone numbers, not emails, as unique identifiers. Whilst convenient at first, this approach created challenges as SMS, text message via phone numbers verification was proven to be both unreliable and costly. Due to the global distributed nature of the Pi community, SMS communications between pioneers and servers have not always worked due to different geographic limitations in telecommunication regulations, carrier policies, individual service subscriptions and costs, and more. In light of these challenges and that the network is in a phase with more reliable authenticity measures such as KYC and liveness checks, it is time to shift from primarily or solely relying on phone numbers to using email-based two-factor authentication verification with the goal of eventually supporting advanced authentication methods like passkeys and biometrics. The email-based 2FA verification not only addresses the above challenges, but also improves security because of the two-factor aspect. To get there, every user will first need to establish a trusted email on file. However, some users never added an email to their accounts or might have entered incorrect ones, lost access to their past emails, or shared emails with family members' Pi accounts. Given that adding an email to a Pi account is not done at the time of account creation, and this is a major shift in account management and security, Pi had to check through additional analytics and analysis before allowing users to migrate. How users added their trusted emails, how they verified their email addresses, how they completed the 2FA, etc., to ensure the integrity of these processes and the security of user accounts. God, reading this is giving me a headache. Bloody hell. In some cases, further actions such as a liveness check or additional SMS verifications are needed. This required a temporary pause in migrations until such system live checks were made. So if you don't remember, migrations were paused as a result. The good news is that migrations have now resumed, and that was back in March. You understand? It will gradually expand as more email-based 2FAs and system level checks complete. Pi Network is committed to a smooth and secure transition, and your patience is appreciated as account security is strengthened for everyone. So, yeah, this is quite cool, obviously, and this is just part one. Of course, it's just part one. So there will be a lot more to come before the end of the year, and we'll do that. All right. So yeah, great stuff. I like this. I like this. Take care of yourselves, people. Okay, take care of yourselves.